Hello everyone, this is Raj. Welcome back to my channel again. So in this video I'm going to show you how to do referencing using Google Scholar without the use of any software. Okay, so this is quite easy and very much useful for preparing our research articles. So let me go to the steps directly. So open Google. So search Scholar and then click on the link to open Google Scholar. You can directly type scholar.google.com if you know this. Otherwise you can search in Google Scholar, and then this page will pop up. So for example, you want to make an assignment on the topic antibiotic resistance, an emerging threat, and now you collect information from different articles and then you want to do the referencing. Okay, so I'll show you how to do referencing without the use of any software automatically by just help of Google Scholar. So the first sentence is usually introductory. So I have written here, medical field is currently facing threats of antibiotic resistance. In the past few decades, new strains of bacteria have posed threats for timely treatment of infections, which requires a great deal of attention moving forward. So I borrowed this sentence from one of the articles from a journal, and then when I search that, so let me open what is antibiotic resistance. So I borrowed that information from this article, okay, which is published in a journal. So Pediatrics, July 2003, volume 112. So the name of the article was Antibiotic Resistance, what is the impact of agricultural uses of antibiotic on children's health. So here it says antimicrobial resistance has reached crisis stage in human medicine, the rapid acceleration of blah blah blah. So I borrowed that information and put it here by paraphrasing, of course, because if I copy and paste the entire information from that article, it will be plagiarism. So I just wrote it in my own style, and then now I want to do the referencing. What I do is that I click on this double inverted comma, which is at the bottom of this heading. If you see closely, so there is cite. Okay, so when you click on that, you can see this pops up. Okay, this dialog box pops up, and you can see the different referencing formats. So select one of them. So for example, if you want to do APA style, select APA. If you want to do Vancouver, select Vancouver. Okay, so for example, you want to do Vancouver referencing, select this and then click on copy, and then what you can do is give the bracket and put it 1 because this is the first reference that you're using, and at the end of the document make a heading references and then hit enter, type 1 and paste it. Okay, why 1? Because this is the first reference. Okay, and the next thing, there have been several, okay, next paragraph is like there have been several efforts to combat the antibiotic resistance, such as making of guidelines and media advocacy. So I borrowed this information from another article from another journal. Okay, so let me close this one. When I searched guidelines for preventing antibiotic resistance, there was an article published in JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association. So the heading of the title of the article was Antibiotic Resistance is Squeezing the Balloon, and then here there is the information. Okay, there are several efforts, there are several clarion calls for action, and even different agencies and organizations like Center for Disease Control and Prevention, American Society for Microbiology, World Health Organization, they have been doing advocacy for preventing the antibiotic resistance. So I borrowed that information, and there have been several efforts to combat antibiotic resistance, making guidelines, media advocacy. Several agencies like CDC and WHO and many others have highlighted the problem at antibiotic resistance. So I want to cite that particular source. So what I do is I go back to Google Scholar. So this is the article. So on the bottom there is double inverted comma. So in the same way I click on cite. So when I'm using the Vancouver referencing, what I do is I select this particular text, click on copy, go back to the document, to the article that I'm writing, and keep the bracket, write to, okay, and here in the references section type 2 and then paste it. So you see, first reference is this one, second reference is this one. You can change the referencing style as well. So to do that, you go to the article. For example, if you want the APA style, then select that APA, okay, and then copy, and then instead of this one, paste the APA style, and here instead of the numbers you write the author and year, okay. So you might have studied in theory on how to do the referencing. So this is just a practical application video, so I'm not going into much detail on the theory of referencing, but this is really useful in writing the article. So using Google Scholar, you can directly do the automatic referencing, and you don't even need a software for that. It's free. It's really useful, and please share it with your colleagues if you think that this is a useful video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so that I can be motivated to make similar useful videos in the future. Thank you. Bye bye. Cheers.